Very good morning, my dear aspirants. So from today, I'm going to take Andhra Pradesh Ancient History lecture series, and our chapter number 1 is about Satavahana. Please do remember, guys, our complete series will be in flow charts. So this is very advantage for the aspirants to remember, to understand history in easiest way. Please do remember these symbols. Once you are good at recognizing these symbols, subject will be very clear to you. Please observe here, x plus y. What is this x? What is this y? What is this plus? Please do remember, x and y are two persons who got married. So x is a husband of y or x is a wife of y. In the same way, the second one, x and y. Please observe that denotation. What is this means? It means that x son is y or x daughter will be y. In the same way, this dotted arrow one, it means that y works under x. And coming to this red line, x was completely killed by y. And here the dotted red means that he was not killed, but he was defeated by y. So the denotations are very important in this series. So who is the head of the dynasty? Satavahana. So I divided this Satavahana dynasty into two parts, early dynasty and later dynasty. So in this early dynasty, there will be 6 kings, and coming to the latter, the remaining 22 kings will be there to discuss. So this video will be in 2 parts, early dynasty and later dynasty of Satavahanas. The first king is the head of the dynasty, and the second king will be the Sri Mukha, and he was the real founder of Satavahana dynasty. Please do remember, guys, how we know about this Satavahana. Our source is Kalpa Pradeep and Katha Sarita Sagar, which was written by Somadeva Suri about this head of the dynasty. That Satavahana is the head of the dynasty. How we know it? Through the 2 books. What are those 2 books? Kalpa Pradeep and Katha Sarita Sagar. And these were written by Somadeva Suri. Please do remember, this is Satavahana who ruled from Kondapur, which is right now in Medak district of Telangana. And this Kondapur was his capital city. Please do remember, guys, what is the capital city? What is the capital city of Satavahana? Kondapur is the capital city of the first Satavahana king, Kondapur. And please do remember one point. According to the coins of Satavahanas, which were discovered at this Kondapur, we came to know about the capital city of Satavahana. And next, his son. Please do remember, Satavahana had 2 sons. The elder one was Srimukha. And next, the second son was Kanaha. And this is the most important point. Please do remember, guys, this is Srimukha, who is considered as the founder of Satavahana kingdom. And he has also other names like Simukha, Shishuka, and Sindhuka. In recently discovered Satavahana coins at Kotalingala, the legend, the Srimukha, was considered as Siri Chimuka or Sata. Please do remember, guys. The Parama Brahma Sastri, the Parama Brahma Sastri discovered this, that Chimuka, which is identified with Simukha by this Parabrahma Sastri. So in the text, in that in our sources which we got, which was discovered in Kotalingala, where we discovered the Satavahana coins. Please do remember, Satavahana coins were discovered at Kotalingala, and at that Kotalingala, when we discovered these coins, the Parabrahma Sastri mentioned that Chimuka is identified with Chimuka. Please do remember that Chimuka is identified with Simhuka. So with this, we came to know that this Simukha, this Chimuka, and Srimukha are the same persons. And from this, it is evident that the dynasty derives its name from Simukha, but from one Satavahana. And it can be presumed that Satavahana, who was the vassal of Ashoka, please do observe here. So Simukha's son, Satakarni one son, eldest one was Vedasri Satakarni, and the youngest one Satakarni 2. So please do remember, the Ashoka king, who was the founder, who was the ruler of North India, Mauryan dynasty, who is ruling Magadha. So here Satavahana, who was a vassal of Ashoka. Please do remember, guys, this symbol. So under Ashoka, Satavahana king Srimukha works as his vassal. So Simhuka, on assuming power, proclaimed his independence and named the dynasty after his father Satavahana. He railed round his banner with other clans, invaded western Deccan, and overcame the opposition of the local tribe Ratikas. And these Ratikas, under these Ratikas, Triankaryo, who works as his vassal, both got defeated in the hands of Srimukha. Please do remember, this is a very, very important point. And after the defeat of Ratikas and his vassal Trinkaryu, Srimukha consolidated his position further by entering into a matrimonial alliance with them. And what is that matrimonial alliance? Triankario's daughter, Triankario's daughter Nagnika was married with Srimukha's son Satakarni. And with this, Srimukha decided to stay in Western Deccan and made Prathisthanapuram as his capital due to its strategic location. So from there he started ruling the Deccan part. Please to remember, guys. So what is the capital? First one is at Kondapur, and now it was shifted to Prathisthanapuram. I will mention here, guys. So what is the capital now? Prathisthanapuram is the capital. And in exam, they may ask us how many years this Srimukha ruled this Satavahana kingdom. Please do remember 23 years. And what religion? Next coming important point is the religion. Please do remember, in his early years of rule, he patronized Jainism, and later he switched over his alliance to Brahmanism as there was a general reaction in its favor in the post. Srimukha's decision to stay in Western Deccan and his patronage of Brahmanism shows that he understood the political realities of that time. Please to remember, Srimukha initially followed Jainism, but later on, keeping the welfare of his kingdom in his mind, he changed to Brahmanism because of the influence of the great Ashoka in north. So I will mention, I will try to mention here, guys. So first he patronized Jainism and later shifted to Brahmanism. Right? Next king was the Kanaha. Please do remember, guys, the great Krishna, nothing but this Vasudeva. He got a title of Krishna, Kanaha, nothing but he got a title of Krishna. Why? Because the founder of Vaishnavism was this Krishna itself. And for the first time in South India, this Vaishnavism was followed by this person. He introduced Vaishnavism in South. Please to remember, guys, according to these Puranas, Srimukha, who was succeeded by his brother Kanaha, after his ascent to the throne, in spite of Srimukha having a son, led his brother to rule. This belief was strengthened by the absence of a figure. These reliefs, considered under the orders of Naganika, who was the queen of Satakarni I, who succeeded Krishna, contains the figure of Naganika, her children, her father, her husband, and his father. However, it is quite likely that at the time of Srimukha's death, his son Satakarni was a minor. And this Krishna, his brother, Srimukha's brother, acted as his guardian to safeguard the kingdom from the attacks of other north kings. And during this rule of Krishna, the important developments were took place. And the main important one was Pushyamitra Sungha. Please do remember, guys, this Pushyamitra Sungha who defeated Mauryan dynasty king, and next he ruled the complete Magadha dynasty. And this person, please observe here, the Nasik king as well as Vidarbha king, both were defeated by the Kanha. And here, in his period itself, Pushyamitra Sungha rose to the power. Who is that Pushyamitra Sungha? Who defeated Mauryan dynasty in North India, who observed the Buddhism dynasties, and he himself, Pushyamitra Sungha, himself founded Sungha dynasty with Brahminical hierarchy, who observed the Buddhism in North India. Please do remember, guys, along with Pushyamitra Sungha, another threat to the Satavahana dynasty was the king Kharavela. You are well aware of the Kalinga war happened between Ashoka and Kalingas. In this, Kalingas were defeated by the Ashoka with the help of this Srimukha himself. And now, after the death of Ashoka, after the loss of Mauryan dynasty in the hands of Pushyamitra Sungha, at the same time Srimukha died. In his place, Kanha is now ready to rule, who was the nothing but the vassal to Srimukha's son, who is nothing but vassal, nothing but guardian for Satakarni one. So from all sides, Pushyamitra Sungha from one side, Kalinga's king Kharavela from one side, Nasik king, in the same way the Vidarbha king, the Krishna, these all people try to attack on Satavahana dynasty. And Kanha faced and he defeated Nasik king and Krishna, the Vidarbha king. And after the death of the Kanha, now the rule came under Satakarni one. And please do remember, Satakarni one wife was Naganika. So many details about the reign of this Satakarni one are known from Nane Ghat inscription. Another important point. Nane Ghat inscription. This inscription was issued by Nagnika, and we all came to know information about this through this Nagnika's inscription at Nane Ghat. Satkarni is also mentioned in Hathikumpa inscriptions of Kharavela. Satkarni was the ablest among the early Satavahana rulers. Who are those early Satavahana rulers? Satavahana, Srimukha, Kanha, Satakarni 1, Vedasri Satakarni, and Satakarni 2. Satakarni was the contemporary of Pushyamitra Sunga, who was the ruler of Magadha, and the Karavela, the ruler of Kalinga. And here, this Satakarni one defeated the vassals of Pushyamitra Sunga king Mahishapati, and he also defeated Pushyamitra Sunga. And please do remember, the Satavahana kingdom, which was threatened by the aggressive designs of these two rulers. From the Nanikat inscription, it is evident that Satakarni I conquered Western Malwa or the Narmada Valley, which is under Vidarbha king. And when the Pushyamitra Sunga usurped the throne of Magadha, Vidarbha proclaimed its independence. And thereupon, Pushyamitra sent his son Agnimitra to conquer it. He could succeed in conquering only a part of Vidarbha near the mouth of Vardha river. But the southern part was annexed to the Satavahana empires by Satakarni I. And to celebrate his success, Satakarni performed the Ashwamedha sacrifices. Karvela, who invaded the Satavahana empires, and his armies reached as far as river Kanabina and threatened Mushikanagara. Satakarni, who repulsed the attacks of this Karavela and re-established his authority. To mark his achievement, he took the title of Dakshinapatpati and performed the second Ashwamedha sacrifice, and his other titles from this sacrifices got as Samarat and Aparahita Chakra. Satakarni, who was the champion of this Vedic religion and performed Rajasuya and Ashwamedha sacrifices. This Karavela king, this Mahishpati king, this Pushyamitra Sunga king, everyone got defeated in the hands of Satakarni I. And how we know about all these informations? Through Naneghat. And please observe here, there are two notations. Please observe here. This one, Karavela was defeated by Satakarni I, and again Satakarni I was defeated by Karavela. So why we got these two arrows? You are well aware of this arrow. I explained now. But now you should also observe this arrow. What is this arrow? Why we got this arrow? Because this Karavela who inscribed Hati Gumpa inscription was inscribed by this Karavela, guys. And in this Hati Gumpa inscription, this Karavela mentioned that he defeated Satakarni I. I discussed earlier that he threatened Mushikanagara. This Karavela invaded the Satavahana's empire, and his armies reached as far as river Krishna or Kanabina and threatened Mushikanagara. This information, we got it from Hathigumpa inscription. That's why we mentioned this arrow. But later, Karavela was defeated by this Satakarni I, which was mentioned in Naneghat inscriptions. Is it clear now? And coming to the next king, Satakarni one had two sons, right? The eldest one was Vedasri Satakarni, and the youngest one was Satakarni too. So here this Vedasri Satakarni, who was unablest king, who was the weakest king of all these six members in early Satavahana period. And this Vedasri Satakarni was defeated by this Karavela. He attacked. Karavela attacked Vedasri Satakarni. He defeated him. And now, this Karavela king was killed by Sakas. And here, this is the first time where Sakas were introduced in our history. These Sakas defeated this Kalinga dynasty king Karavela. And now, after the death of Vedasri Satakarni, the longest rule of Satakarni II, which was about 56 years, the 56 years rule was done by only one king of these early Satavahana dynasty. This is the longest king, the longest tenure for 56 years. This Satakarni II ruled Satavahana kingdom. And this Satakarni II defeated the Sakas. And once again, the glory was back to home. Please do remember, guys. Please observe here the arrows, the relations between this Satakarni one and this Karavela. Satakarni one was defeated, and again this Karavela was defeated by Satakarnis. And after the death of Satakarni one, Vedasri Satakarni came to rule, but he was not that much powerful as their ancestors. So Vedasri Satakarni defeated by Karavela. After the death of Vedasri Satakarni, Satakarni II came to the power. And in his period, Karavela, Kalinga dynasty king, was killed by Shakas. But these Shakas were defeated by Satakarni II. So the glory came back home. I think you understood this point. And now, coming to the Satakarni II and Pushyamitri Sunga dynasty. Please observe the Pushyamitri Sunga son Agnimitra, who continuously attacked on Satakarni I, but they got defeated in the hands of Satakarni I. And now this Agnimitra son Vasujayastha of Sunga dynasty. Please do observe here, guys. Here the Pushyamitra Sungha. Please observe here this Pushyamitri, this Pushyamitri Sunga, Sunga dynasty king, son Agnimitra. This Agnimitra and Pushyamitra Sung both got defeated in the hands of Satakarni I. And now they are attacking on this Satakarni II. Now the Agnimitra's son Vasujayastha also got defeated in the hands of Satakarni II. So the Pushyamitri Sunga, the Agnimitra, the Pushyamitri Sunga defeated by Satakarni I, his son Agnimitra also defeated by Satakarni I, and now this Agnimitra's son Vasujayastha defeated by Satakarni II. Please do remember, from Kalinga, Satakarni II proceeded to Patliputra and conquered it. And now, taking advantage of the dissensions in the Magadhan kingdom. Following the death of Vishwamitra Sunga, Satakarni too advanced upon Videshi and annexed it. So now the Vidisha kingdom as well as this Patliputra all were under this the great Satakarni too. So the successors of Satakarni too, like Lambodhara, Apalika, Meghavasti, very little is known about them because those are very weakest kings in later dynasty. Please do remember this is a flow chart which is very important for you guys. And don't worry about the notes. The persons, the aspirants who enrolled in my classes, my online classes, I will give the printed material to you. But first, we need to understand the flow chart. Without this flow chart, we cannot move forward. I think it is very clear till now. In our next session, we will discuss about the later Satavahanas up to Pulavami 3. Thank you guys.